Since Ash Wednesday, when we've been talking more about this topic of fasting and of putting in to place some of the spiritual disciplines that will cause us to be prepared for the celebration of the resurrection, but also first for our commemoration of the crucifixion. And this verse has really stuck out to me, Matthew 6, verse 1, which says, "Beware of practicing your righteousness before men to be noticed by them. Otherwise, you have no reward with your Father who is in heaven." And I think that it is often easy for us to fall into the trap of caring more about what other people think about us than what God thinks about us. And what Jesus was teaching here is, if your motive is to get the admiration of men, you may get that, but you're not going to be getting the admiration of God. You can be pleasing other people. You can be displeasing God. It all depends on our motive. So yes, we can fast. We can give up meals for hours at a time. We can give up a particular thing that is precious to us, like coffee or desserts. We can give up social media or watching television. We can give up a lot of things. But if our motive is merely to be seen as somebody who is a good Christian, then maybe other people will view us that way, but God looks at the heart. And he knows and understands that our motive is not about pleasing him or drawing closer to him or being intentional about spiritual growth. Our motive is to impress other people. So I would encourage you today to think about, in terms of all of our spiritual practices, whether it's something like fasting, whether it's our giving, whether it's leading a small group, whether it's praying in public, that we consider, am I doing these things and am I doing them in the way I'm doing them to please people, to be seen as righteous or more spiritual? Or am I doing these things out of a love and desire to serve God and an intention of growing closer to him? I think this time, as we approach the Easter season, can be really important for our spiritual growth. It can help us really to establish some spiritual disciplines that may have been lacking just because we're being intentional about it. But our motive matters. And so let's make sure that we are trying to serve God, that we are loving God, that we are putting these practices into practice out of a desire to please him and not to be seen as righteous by other people.